Hey, what's going on guys, I'm Primal and I've got a nice gameplay for you guys here. The end score will end up being 86 to 26, so we're definitely not a bad KD. It is a headquarters on slums, and basically the purpose of this video was just going to basically help you guys out, you know, with weapon classes to get like a really high KDR or get a game with like a lot of kills. How to get like a really high score per minute so that you can level up a lot faster and obviously reach the prestiges if you want to do that. So let's get started, shall we? The first thing I'm going to talk about is the weapon class I'm currently using in this video. The weapon I'm using is the SMG, the MSMC, and on that I've got the laser sight and the reflex sight. So let's talk a little bit about this weapon. Now, obviously, with it being an SMG, it's great for close range. Like, it's got a pretty decent fire rate. It's got a really high damage. So, obviously, you know, like, you're going to be beating out a lot of people on damage unless they're using, like, an assault rifle or an LMG, kind of things like that. Laser sight helps out that it helps out the hip fire, which with this gun, you know, you'll probably be doing quite a bit. But at the same time, even though it's an SMG, unlike the other SMGs, it's really good over range. So it's definitely a weapon that you guys should check out. Now, me personally, now that I'm making this video, I've actually changed up the attachments a little. Now I run reflex sight and extended mags because a lot of the time, like, I was basically running out of bullets after like the 2 or 3 consecutive kills. So when you're running into like a big group, you know, you really don't want to run out of bullets. So that's why I went with That's why I went with extended mags. The secondary is the B23R. That's basically the Type 95 in handgun format. Now, I personally don't use that secondary. If I do use a secondary, I'll pretty much only ever take the Cap 40 fully auto handgun because that thing is a beast. But yeah, other than that, like, I don't take a secondary. Perks are lightweight, toughness, engineer, and my lethals are grenade, and my tactical is concussions. Now let's talk perks. Basically, in this video, the kill streaks I used were I was using UAV, Hellfire missile, and VTOL warship. Now, even though like in this game I don't capture the HQs a lot, I do however get a ton of defense because like that's my play style. I pretty much defend the guys that are capping it, and then when it's capped I stay defending it, you know, because I know like my shots pretty much like above average, you know. I'm not trying to sound cocky or anything, but you know, like, it is what it is. So I try and stay on like the defensive side of things instead of like jumping straight in. So the reason I have those kill streaks is basically to help with that. Now, where the perks come into that is very simple. Now, if you lose your secondary and take 1 concussion off, I recommend using perk 1 greed to run lightweight and hardline. Hardline, so you know, you can get those kill streaks faster, you can cycle through them faster, and overall, you know, like, you can basically pretty much always keep a UAV up with hardline, so that's always definitely a plus for that. Perk 2, I use toughness because like when I get shot a lot, you know, I don't want to be flinching and losing my aim on it. So that's basically just down to my personal preference. I don't really like use a perk 2 other than scavenger now that I've got it unlocked. So you know, there is that. Perk 3, now perk 3 is a little weird. It depends on what you're going for. I mean, if you're playing S&D a lot, then you know you're gonna want that dead silence and the perk that lets you hear footsteps louder. You know, like, that's if you're playing S&D. Now, me, because I don't play those 1 life modes, I choose engineer for a few reasons. Because I'm always playing the objective based modes, that means that obviously I run into a lot of traps. So engineer helps me with that because it lights them up. It also lights grenades up, so I can see if there's a grenade coming flying at the objective. Hopefully it gives me enough time to get away. Half the time it doesn't, though, sadly. But that's not the real reason I have it on. Now, I know in this video I'm not using it, but I normally run the care package. And engineer lets me re-roll the care package. So I can be running the low tier kill streaks, and like I can get a care package. Say I get like I don't know, a guardian. Say I don't want that guardian, I can switch that with engineer and get something like the swarm or dogs. I mean, you know, like they're the two best kill streaks, and they will wreak havoc on the enemy team. So that's why I use engineer. And also engineer lets you like capture an enemy's care package while booby trapping it. So it's sort of like Hacker Pro from Black Ops 1, only you can also see traps and grenades and whatnot. Right, so that's the class I'm using in this video, and it's a very good class for getting those high kill gameplays. It's a very good rushing class. It's not so good though if you want to like sit back a bit, because, well, like half the time if you're sitting back trying to defend something, then you're pretty much going to be aiming at someone at range. So if you're going to be doing that, I don't recommend this class. But if you're going to be rushing around a lot, then I strongly recommend this class, because it will be incredibly useful. So now what I want to talk about is how to earn a lot of score per minute. Now there's a few ways you can do this. In this video I get almost 10,000 points in this one game, and the way I do that is, well, obviously I get a lot of kills, and I get a lot of kills at the objective, and obviously when you kill at the objective you get more points. So that's one way of doing it. Another way is solely just playing the objective, you know, always capping that HQ, always getting the defense. But with that, there's one slight problem that I notice, and that's basically you die a lot more. So if you die a lot more, you know, you can spawn on the other side of the map, and you can miss out on a lot of points in that time that it takes you to get from the other side of the map back to the objective. That's one reason why I normally don't capture objectives. I only defend the people that are capturing them. So what's the second thing you can do? Well, basically you can just go for a lot of kills and defense like me, which basically I only recommend if you know for a fact your shot is like above average, and you know if you get into a situation where you need to outshoot someone, you can do that 9 times out of 10. So that's it's one, well, to me it's the easiest way to level up. Well, the second to easiest, because the next easiest way basically incorporates this with another way of doing it. If you're going to go for the kills and the defense, then you want to always be running UAV. UAV so that you know where they are, where they're coming from, and so they don't get behind you while you're trying to defend that objective. Another thing to note is if you're going for a lot of kills, you need to know the map, you need to know the flank points, you need to know where they're going to come from to get the objective and all that sort of stuff. Other than UAV, I recommend just taking some maybe middle to kind of high tier streaks. Like if you're going for the kills, then I really don't recommend using like dogs or swarm, because they're almost a 2,000 score streak, and chances are you won't be getting them a lot in the game. The highest I recommend going for is either the lodestar or the VTOL warship. Both are extremely good at getting a lot of kills, and also extremely good for getting people off objectives. Right, now the last way, which is basically the easiest way, and it kind of incorporates a little bit of everything. So the last way is basically just running a certain set of kill streaks. Just run UAV, counter UAV, and care package. Now if you run those 3 kill streaks with this class setup, then you know you're always going to have a UAV and a counter UAV up. That means every time someone on the other team dies, you get 20 points. So say your team just goes to town on the other team, that's 20 points, 20 points, 20 points, and so on. Now that goes on top of all the points you're getting yourself. So say you kill someone, that's 100 points plus 20 points for the UAV and counter UAV. So that's 120 points. So obviously it'll add up a lot over the course of the entire game. Care package is basically, you know, like, so you can either get like another UAV, another counter UAV, or if you're lucky, you know, you can get like a nice high tier kill streak, which will basically let you wreak havoc on the other team. So that's also another good way to level up quickly. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to like what mode you guys play, what your personal preferences are, what sort of play style you have. Like everything I've pretty much talked about in this video pretty much just focuses on those like rushing players, the ones who like to play basically all in the action. Like me personally, I love jumping in the middle of action, I love jumping in the middle of a gunfight, I'm always ready to like try and outshoot the other guy. So that's why I use this class, because it's a nice rushing class. It's got a UAV and a hellstorm missile, like 2 kind of low tier streaks that I know for a fact I can get quite a bit. And then obviously, say I have like a good game and I go on a nice streak, I've got that nice high tier streak, which is the VTOL warship. That's basically just so I can do like that extra bit of damage and wreak a bit of extra havoc on everyone. So, you know, but yeah, it's all down to personal preference. I mean, obviously, like doing everything I just said in this video might not help you, but at the same time, it might help somebody else who's watching the video. That's why I've made this. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know I've cut a bit of the gameplay out, but that's basically because, well, I'm fairly sure nobody wants to watch a 16-minute headquarters gameplay, and we did have a host migration in the game as well, so that was also cut out. But yeah, guys, I hope this helped. I hope it helps you prestige a lot faster, and just in case anyone's wondering, it took me 10 hours to prestige with this class setup. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it really did help, and if it did, then please drop a like or a comment, and if you're new around here, please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button. And as always, guys, peace out.